Hello, especially for the Dirty Secrets channel.
Elizabeth Reyes understood the geography of pain long before she discovered her husband's ultimate betrayal. 35, she had built a life of carefully constructed stability, a successful marketing executive, married to Michael for 12 years, living in a meticulously restored brownstone in Chicago's Lincoln Park neighborhood. Her younger sister, Sophia, had always been the wild child. 7 years her junior, she'd been the perpetual problem, constantly seeking attention, moving from job to job, relationships burning bright and fast before imploding. Elizabeth had always been the responsible one, the protector, the one who cleaned up the emotional mess. The first true hint of something wrong came on a rainy Wednesday evening. A text message accidentally displayed on Michael's phone, just a fragment, but enough to make Elizabeth's professional investigator's mind begin to connect invisible dots. "Can't wait to see you tonight. I miss you." The sender's number wasn't saved, but the intimacy of the message felt like a knife sliding between her ribs. Her first response wasn't emotional. It was methodical, professional, the same approach she used when decoding complex marketing strategies. Something was wrong, and Elizabeth Reyes was precisely the kind of woman who would uncover exactly what that something was. Elizabeth's approach to investigation was surgical. Her professional skills as a marketing strategist, understanding human behavior, tracking patterns, identifying subtle psychological tells became her most potent weapon. She began documenting Michael's patterns with the same precision she would analyze a client's market strategy. Late nights became more frequent. His phone, once an open book, now had a new passcode. Credit card statements revealed unexplained expenses, hotel charges, restaurants in neighborhoods he'd never mentioned. But it was the subtle family dynamics that truly captured her attention. Sophia's recent behavior had changed. More frequent family gatherings, a strange electric tension during interactions, the way Michael would look at her sister, a look that went beyond familial connection. Her professional training in reading human behavior gave her a unique perspective. Most people would miss the microscopic tells, the momentary glances, the subtle physical responses. Elizabeth was not most people. Private investigator she discreetly hired, a former Chicago PD detective named Raymond Cruz, delivered a portfolio of evidence that would become the atomic bomb of her personal universe. Photographs that did more than suggest an affair. They documented a relationship so intimate, so prolonged, that it defied simple categorization of betrayal. Hotel parking lots, intimate restaurant corners, stolen moments captured with surgical precision. Her husband, her younger sister, locked in embraces that went far beyond familial affection. Years of secret meetings, shared laughter, passionate kisses. The images revealed a relationship that hadn't just happened, it had been carefully, meticulously maintained. Secret rendezvous planned with the same strategic precision. Elizabeth's approach to investigation was surgical. Her professional skills as a marketing strategist, understanding human behavior, tracking patterns, identifying subtle psychological tells became her most potent weapon. She began documenting Michael's patterns with the same precision she would analyze a client's market strategy. Late nights became more frequent. His phone, once an open book, now had a new passcode. Credit card statements revealed unexplained expenses, hotel charges, restaurants in neighborhoods he'd never mentioned. But it was the subtle family dynamics that truly captured her attention. Sophia's recent behavior had changed. More frequent family gatherings, a strange electric tension during interactions, the way Michael would look at her sister, a look that went beyond familial connection. Her professional training in reading human behavior gave her a unique perspective. Most people would miss the microscopic tells, the momentary glances, the subtle physical responses. Elizabeth was not most people. Crystal stemware from Maria's cherished wedding collection caught the subdued lamplight, reflecting fractured images of a family disintegrating from within. Eduardo Reyes, a man who had built entire skyscrapers with his bare hands, now looked smaller than Elizabeth had ever seen him. 3 years, Elizabeth repeated, her voice a razor-edged whisper that cut through the suffocating silence. Sophia's defiance crumbled first. Tears weren't dramatic, they were geological, slow and inevitable, carving new landscapes of pain. It wasn't just physical, she stammered. Michael understood me in ways no one else ever has. Michael remained silent, a study in carefully constructed neutrality. His consulting background had taught him the art of strategic non-response, but even his professional composure was beginning to crack. Maria's response was unexpected. She didn't rage. She didn't cry. Instead, she methodically began clearing the dinner plates, each movement precise, controlled, a silent rebellion against the chaos threatening to consume her family. "Mija," she said to Elizabeth, her voice eerily calm, "some stories are better left in darkness." But Elizabeth Reyes was not a woman who believed in leaving anything in darkness. The details emerged like archaeological artifacts, each revelation more painful than the last. Michael and Sophia's relationship hadn't been a momentary indiscretion but a carefully constructed alternative universe. Their first genuine connection happened during a family barbecue 3 summers ago. Michael, then 42, had been helping Sophia navigate a professional crisis. She was struggling to maintain a marketing position at a mid-sized Chicago firm. What began as mentorship transformed incrementally. A lingering touch. A conversation that extended past midnight. Shared jokes that held meanings invisible to others. Elizabeth realized with clinical precision that betrayal rarely happened in a single moment, it was a series of calculated choices. The Milwaukee hotel incident wasn't an accident. It was a calculated decision. A work conference. A small boutique hotel with minimalist design. Sophia had intentionally requested Michael's guidance on a professional project. Project was a fabrication. The intention was something else entirely. Eduardo Reyes understood betrayal intimately. As a Mexican immigrant who had worked construction in Chicago for 4 decades, he knew survival meant swallowing pain. His own father had abandoned his mother when Eduardo was 5, forcing her to raise 3 children alone in a small Jalisco village. Families survive, he would often say. Families endure what breaks others. But this betrayal was different. This was a calculated destruction that went beyond traditional understanding of familial loyalty. Maria's perspective was more nuanced. She saw the betrayal through generations of complex female survival. Her grandmother had tolerated her grandfather's infidelities. Her mother had remained silent about her father's occasional cruelties. Survival in their world meant strategic silence. "Some secrets," Maria murmured in Spanish, "are heavier than concrete." Elizabeth's approach to dismantling Michael and Sophia's world was surgical. Her chosen weapon was Alexandra Winters, a divorce attorney whose reputation for strategic decimation was legendary in Chicago's legal circles. Alexandra was a 52-year-old Harvard Law graduate who viewed divorce not as an emotional process, but as a complex corporate dissolution. Her office, located in the prestigious Willis Tower, was a monument to calculated precision. Together, they began documenting everything. Detailed financial records showing Michael's expenditures, comprehensive communication logs, photographic evidence of repeated meetings, professional misconduct documentation. Michael's consulting firm, Stratega Solutions, would become collateral damage. Elizabeth understood corporate narratives better than most. She knew how to dismantle a reputation constructed over decades. Sophia's attempts at reconciliation revealed the depth of her narcissism. Her apologies weren't genuine, they were performance pieces designed to minimize her own culpability. "He completes me," she would say during tearful phone calls. Elizabeth's response was always the same, cold, strategic detachment. "You are no longer family. You are a strategic problem to be solved." Their sisterhood, once considered unbreakable, had become a contract thoroughly and irrevocably breached. Michael believed negotiation was possible. He enlisted professional mediators, tempted settlement discussions, tried to minimize the impending damage. He fundamentally misunderstood Elizabeth. Her approach to conflict had been honed in high-stakes marketing campaigns. She understood that true power wasn't about winning, it was about systematically dismantling your opponent's ability to fight back. Each move would be calculated. Each strategy would have multiple contingencies. The first public indication of Elizabeth's plan came through a meticulously crafted legal document. Not just a divorce filing, but a comprehensive exposure strategy. Michael's professional reputation would become the first casualty. His relationship with Sophia would be dragged into public scrutiny. His standing in Chicago's professional consulting community would crumble. Elizabeth wasn't seeking simple revenge. She was conducting a systematic deconstruction of their shared life, their shared history. The war had just begun, and Elizabeth Reyes was prepared to fight it with every strategic tool at her disposal.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the story, like, subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Thank you.